and welcome to Virtual FMR. My name is Clive Finnimore and it is Monday, so tonight we are running Monday Run Club. I'm a little bit disorientated because I've got the week off work this week, so it feels like a weekend to me and not a Monday. But it is Monday and we are doing a progressive interval session. So we've got 1 minute to go till we start running. Let's get the treadmill moving. It's 7.7 degrees centigrade here in the Cornish garage, and I've just noticed that the webcam's steamed up. So yeah, camera 1 is steamed up. So let's see if we can warm the glass up a little bit. That's because it hasn't been used for 2 or 3 days because I haven't been here. So the camera is ice cold, and now it's warming up. The glass is steaming up because the glass is freezing cold, and inside the camera it's warm. What have we got? We've got 38 seconds to go. Let's see if we can get some heat into the glass. What's that like? There we go, that's better, isn't it? Right. Hello! Hope everyone had a good weekend. I got back from the Arc of Attrition weekend yesterday afternoon after volunteering as an archangel all weekend. Not much sleep. I was absolutely knackered yesterday. I've got my hoodie on still. I have washed it once. I've washed it this morning and I've put it back on because I love it so much. It was a good weekend. If anyone ever gets a chance, they want to volunteer for an awesome running event down here in Cornwall, go onto the UTMB site, sign up as a volunteer, come and join us next January. So my duties this weekend just gone consisted of Friday morning, I was setting up the start line for the 100 miler, which included putting barriers in place, putting up flags and banners and starting arches, helping runners off the buses, pointing in the right direction. So we did that. I did a little bit of filming for the Cornish Runner channel, and then the race started. Off they went, and literally as soon as they left, 2 waves of runners went out. We had to collapse everything up, pack it all away, stick it in the van, and off it went to the next location. So after I started at Coverack, I then went to Land's End and did a night shift at the Land's End aid station from 7:30 to 4:30 a.m. And then from there we went to Minack to do the next start. And from Minack, I went back to HQ at the Eco Park. And from the Eco Park, I went over to Godrevy Beach for the 12 miler on Sunday morning, and I didn't sleep much really at all in between, so I was knackered yesterday, so I slept most of the day. But we're all recovered, we're feeling good. Training readiness on Garmin Connect's up to about 41, body battery's on about 15, so not too bad. And here we are back on Zwift in the garage running Monday Run Club. Amy says hello all. It's a nice colour. It isn't it, Amy? It's awesome. I usually wear mediums in hoodies, but I picked up a large this time because you were advised to wear it over the top of stuff, like your coat, so you're in uniform. So you needed a bit of room to put other jumpers underneath, so I went for a large. It's not too bad. And apart from that, I'm also very good at shrinking stuff in the wash, so there's a bit of room for shrinkage. So in the live chat tonight, we've got Tina. Tina says hello. Sebastian says hello. Amy says hello. Amy, have you already run today or are you with us tonight? Amy sometimes runs during the day on a Monday. This workout early in the day. It's repeated about every 4 hours or so. You can find it on the Garmin Connect. The Garmin Connect. What am I on about? You can find it on the Zwift companion app. Monday Run Club. Oh no, yes, Amy's not been very well over the weekend, so she's still poorly. So she's having a bit of rest time at the moment. Hopefully you recover soon, Amy, and you'll be back with us later in the week. It's horrible being ill, isn't it? Frustrating when you enjoy your running. Both cameras are actually fogged up tonight, so you can tell the temperature's dropped in here. Warm my hands up a bit. See if I can warm the lens up. Hello, Mr. C, if you're out there. Yes, I did see Mr. C on the weekend when I went up to the eco park. He was there on the mic. He was actually having a rest when I found him. He was having a break. So I managed to catch him off mic, got a little picture, and then headed on my way and left him to it. Oliver, my son, joined the medics at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. I expected him to stay there till about 6 maximum. He has stayed there till about 1 o'clock in the morning. He enjoyed being there. I didn't even know what time he left to the next day, but yes, he volunteered to help the medic team. Even had his own patients. They got so busy at one period, and he was giving advice on muscular injuries. So he really enjoyed that. He's even talking about doing ultra running with me. And after seeing all those injuries and all that bad weather and all those poorly people, he's still up for doing the Arc 100 one day. I said, I think you're jumping the gun a bit. He's even telling me, Dad, I'll do it with you and we get a black buckle. I said, Oliver, there is no way I'm getting a black buckle. I don't want to get a black buckle. I don't want to put myself through the pain of trying to get a black buckle. At the Arc of Attrition, you see you get buckles for different times. You get silver if you do it under 36. You get a gold if you do it under 30. And you get a black if you do it under 24. My best time so far is about 26.50. And that was going for it. So there's no chance of getting a black buckle. Maybe he'll get one day. Here we go then, the in-game speed is now matching me at 10 kilometers per hour. So we'll now start to increase during this warm-up stage of the event. I'm now warm enough, starting to feel warm, so the jumper is coming off. Stood off the treadmill, otherwise I'd end up in the floor or in the wall behind me. Tried that before, got my head stuck in the jumper and fell off the treadmill. So we like to step off these days. Same as when I'm having a drink. Let's see if I can just warm the camera up a bit more before we go. Here's Anthony. Anthony says, you should have got a medal for being out in all that weather. It was pretty horrendous. It's probably ranked number 2 in worst weather conditions since the Arc started. The other being 2016, which is probably number 1. It was snow, hail, very icy, cold, wet conditions. This time it was very windy and wet conditions. But it was pretty much quite bad. I believe there was a 60% DNF rate. There was about 150 people already out of the 100 by about 10 o'clock on the Friday. I think about 400 runners dropped out of about 600. It was quite horrific. Most of the coast paths were like rivers. I think there was a lot of DNFs at the first aid station. I think people decided that the conditions were too rough and they didn't fancy getting injured, so they all stepped out early. My main role at Land's End aid station between 7:30 PM and 4:30 AM was meeting and greeting at the main entrance. I had to make sure that only one member of a crew coming in with a runner could come in. One only, and it had to have a wristband on, which we had to see. They weren't allowed in before. We had lots of crew trying to come in like 15, 20, 30 minutes even before the runner got there to set up and probably to get out the rain as well. But we couldn't let them in because if we let everyone in, it would have been absolutely pandemonium in there. Busy, and it would have been a fire risk. There'd be nowhere for the runners to sit. So we had to make everyone stay outside until the runner turned up and only one could come in, which caused a A little bit of upset now and again, but most people understood. So as myself and 3 others were on the door, taking it in turns to warm up and come in and have a cup of coffee. So that was fun. Got to meet every single runner that came in. So now I've got my credits in the bag for volunteering. I must have done about 26, 25 hours, something like that, which is 25 credits for the next run. I'll only have to pay £30 now, as opposed to about 290. So now, will I run it next year? We'll have to see. I haven't decided 100% yet, but I'm probably about 80% going. After seeing all those injuries and poor weather conditions, it put me off a little bit. But that's all part of the challenge, isn't it? That's a part of the adventure. Anyway, we're into the workout already. 430 metres to go into the next arch. We are in the first part of this run. 10.4 kilometres per hour. Working our way through on this wet, cold, windy Monday evening. We have got amber weather warnings in force in my area from now until tomorrow morning of heavy rain and flooding. Luckily I live on top of a hill, so hopefully we won't have too much flooding up here. Otherwise there will be something to worry about. Oh, Sebastian says, while you're talking, Clive, I'm chatting to Tina in game. I just have to get all this off my chest, Sebastian. Too much has happened on the weekend, it's really exciting. Right, there we go. Still missed it up, that camera. Yeah, so Tina's currently, or has had, her drone flying in the corner of her treadmill room, filming her setup. So she sent through one of the videos, so we'll just try and pull that up in a minute. And you've got to remember, when I bring this video up, it's a drone that she's filming it from that must be hovering in the corner of the room, which is pretty cool. Tina says she has all her flood defences up. She's in Somerset, a couple of counties away from me, east from here. She's prone to flooding coming through her garden, so she's all ready for it. She's obviously had the warning as well tonight. So here is a video of Tina in her running room prior to this event tonight, and she's filming it from her drone. So it's obviously hovering in the corner of the room whilst filming her, which is pretty cool, isn't it? It almost looks like it's sat on a shelf, it's so still. Is it noisy, Tina? Because you hear it buzzing away in the corner. Sebastian says, do you have a licence for that flying inside, Tina? Yeah, Tina found out a couple days ago that yes, she does need a licence to fly her drone. So I believe she's done some sort of a course or training, possibly online, and Tina is now a qualified drone flying pilot to a certain probably weight or speed or power, however they rate it. Well, that's pretty cool, that, isn't it? That's Tina setting up Zwift in the corner of the treadmill room. On a drone. You're really selling this to me, you guys, I tell you. Sebastian said it looks like a complete different room, Tina. Tina's obviously decorated or changed the room around a little bit, or the camera angle has made the room look different to how Sebastian remembers it when he visited a few months back. Sebastian says, it doesn't look like a shower room. Tina says, yes, it is noisy when it's flying in the house. She says the gimbal is really good that's built inside it. Makes it look really level and still. Yeah, so talking about gimbals, I use my little tripod Insta360 gadget with my camera or my phone for the outro on the video that I posted on my YouTube channel, Cornish Runner. For the first time, really, it was quite good. However, I was supposed to walk down the seafront in Goodreevy after we saw the runners run off for the final run and do a video down there, but I forgot. I got halfway home and realised that I needed to record an outro, so I popped down Talon Bay, which is just down the road from me here. And unfortunately, Tina, I think I grounded the Land Rover whilst driving out the car park down at Talon because I heard a slight scrape and now there's a rattle coming from underneath. I've had a quick look. I can't see anything hanging off, but obviously something's rattling on the exhaust pipe, I'm guessing. So that might be something I sort out this week whilst I'm not at work. Sebastian says to Tina, all this knowledge, Tina, I'm very impressed. Tina's turned into techno lady with her iPads and watches and the drone. The drone is looking really cool. Looking forward to Tina's running footage coming up later in the year when the weather gets better. It will be chasing her around her local lanes and roads. Oh, the Fly ID test was free, says Tina. The operator licence is £12. Is that a one-off fee, Tina, or is that a yearly fee? Sebastian says to Tina, we must be real twins. Sebastian loves his technology as well. He's got a drone. Anthony says, I saw a video of the floods in Loo today. Yes, it's pretty bad down there, isn't it, Anthony? When you have a lot of rain and full moon and high tides, they all come together and the whole sort of town floods. It comes over the harbour walls, it comes up through the drains, and it floods the main street through Loo. And they've actually got plans in place to build a new pier coming out from West Loo at Hannaford to help with all that flooding issues. It's a big project. It's been talked about for years, but it still hasn't. I think it's been given the go-ahead, but nothing's happened yet. So it'll probably be a few more years yet until anything really happens. It's always done it. My whole life, even as a kid, child, I remember walking through Loo with it up to my waist. So it's been ongoing for at least 100 years probably. And they're still talking about building another pier. Anthony says it was coming up through the road. Yeah, all the drains, like the drains on the road which catch all the rainwater, all connect up and lead out to the harbour. So obviously, when the tide comes up really high, the edge of the harbour is higher than the low bits on the road. So it comes up through the drains and then backs up through the drain holes and fills the roads up. Not a very good invention if you have really high tides. Here we go then, through the arch, going up to 11 kilometres per hour. Sebastian says, Anthony, we had massive ice rains here today. Never seen it in my life. So massive. What's ice rain, Sebastian? Is that like hailstones? Frozen rain, sir. Spheres. Very dangerous, Sebastian, says Anthony. I know he's got The ground over there at the moment, where Sebastian lives in East Germany, is rock hard. It's like permafrost over there at the moment. But I'm just wondering whether he means by ice rain, he means hailstones. Oh, it says rain over completely frozen area. So it rained onto ice, which obviously froze, which we call here black ice. Is that correct, Anthony? Would that be black ice? Where the ground is rock hard and icy, and when you're driving on it, it can cause serious issues. When we get rain here on cold ground, it causes black ice. That camera lens does not want to warm up, does it? It's alright if it's cold for a few days, but the temperatures here keep changing. It keeps going like really humid one day, and then really cold the next, causing mist and fog in the valleys. It gets really cold in the garage, and then when it goes humid again, all the equipment in here is really cold, and then it causes the cameras to fog up. I think the warmer the camera's getting, the more it's fogging up. Won't shift at the moment. It's also because I've left everything switched off for about 3 or 4 days because I've been away. And everything's got really cold in here. Sebastian says black ice. Yes, it's what we get here on the roads, Sebastian. When the roads are really cold and icy, and it rains on top, and it freezes, they call it black ice. And it causes a lot of issues with traffic in the UK, because we don't have winter tyres like you've got. Here we go then, through the volcano. Even that camera's fogged up over there tonight, and that never fogs up. There's no flooding in the garage, you'll be glad to hear, but there is some evidence of some slight wetting down there at the foot of the wall coming through. Nothing of any concern, but there's definitely something seeping through, but it doesn't surprise me. It's just been raining here for about 4 weeks non-stop. But at least we sorted out the big flood that we had a few months back, when I had to rip up all the carpet. I actually had a stream underneath the laptop. Not a live stream, a real watery stream. Tina says black ice is invisible, so dangerous. Yeah. Black ice because you can't see it, Sebastian. I do apologise about the fog and the mist in here tonight. So feeling alright actually. I haven't run since last Thursday, wasn't it? When we ran, what did we run last Thursday? Oh, stage 3 of our Tour de Zwift. We usually run it on Fridays, but last week we ran it on Thursday because I went away on Friday. So we will be running stage 4 this coming Friday at 5 PM UK time. I think it's around 5 kilometres, so nothing too big. This coming Sunday I'll be at Newquay running Newquay 10k. So no park run on Saturday for me to rest up just before. No outdoor running for me on Thursday night, just to give me a little bit more of a break. But we will be here on Zwift, on virtual FMR. Tonight, obviously, because here we are. Hello! Tomorrow, fulfill my Run 500, and then I will be out with Run Club in the evening. Wednesday night, we are running at 5:30 PM UK time on the Mayfield track, and we'll be taking part. I can't remember the name of it now, Tina, sorry. Is it Get a Battering from Tina? Or something like that. If you're in the FMR Run Club on the companion app, log in, you'll find it in the club section under events. If not, I'm sure Tina has put a link on the Zwift Runners Facebook page, and I shall of course put it onto this channel, Virtual FMR, later in the week, so you can click on the link and join it that way. But yeah, this Wednesday we are running with Tina again for a workout session on Mayfield. Come and join us, drop into the chat and say hi. Hello, Paul. Paul Hayward says he needs to power wash his patio before they bring in the water ban. As soon as it stops raining, we'll have a hosepipe ban here in the UK. Hello, Darren Bandit. Thanks for popping in, buddy. How are you? He says, have a good one, guys. Cheers, buddy. Anthony says, hi, Darren. Paul says, hi, Darren. Amy says, bring on spring and summer. Paul said, hi, Clive. Good to see you make it back. He says, it looks like Amy in the Cornish garage. Bring on spring and summer, says Amy. Looks steamy, says Paul. So his voice to text said it looks like Amy. It is, it's the cameras, Paul. Sorry, buddy. It's all been switched off for 3 days. The glass and the camera casings are all really cold. And because I'm in here running and all the electrics have been turned back on, it's warmed up slightly and everything's fogging up. Hopefully it will settle down in the next couple of days. What means patio, says Sebastian? A patio is a slabbed or stoned area outside where you sit in the summer and it goes green in the winter, and you've got to get the power washer out and give it a good spray before you put the table and chairs out. Tina says, a paved garden area, Sebastian. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That was an easy way of putting it, wasn't it? Darren says he's doing well, thank you, my friends. Shall we organise a good run together? Yes, Darren, if you want to organise something on a Friday again, like you did before, let us know in Zwift Runners and here, and pop in and let us know. We'll come and join you. Just let us know when you're thinking of doing it. Best time would be after Tour de Zwift, because at the moment we're running Tour de Zwift on Fridays, but when that finishes, or maybe a Thursday, if you want to do it on a Thursday, Darren, that's alright. Darren says Friday is best, yes. After Tour de Zwift, Darren. We'll all be up for that. So that'll give you a couple of weeks to advertise it and sort it out. Really enjoyed the last one, Darren. For everyone in the chat, let Darren know if you're up for running with him again on a Friday after Tour de Zwift. Last time we ran 5k, however you like. It was really good to see so many runners, so many familiar names were in the run. Paul says he did his first 5k run test in a Y1 Sunday. It was steady and he will slowly build it up. Nice one, Paul. Paul's building up, ready for the spring. Building up his strength, get spring in his step. Anthony says, yes, that's a good idea. Darren says, your feedback is essential. Let's do that, he says. Yes, so after Tour de Zwift on a Friday, what's that, about 3 or 4 weeks of time? Darren's going to arrange another Friday workout with Darren, whatever it is, run. 5k, whatever you want. He's going to let us know what it is and when it is, and we'll let you guys know as soon as we can. We'll be up for that, Darren. 100 meters to go until we reach the next arch. Heart rate for me, 138. Cadence 174. 22 minutes, 28 minutes, 30 seconds have elapsed. We are approaching 5k into the run. About 4 to go now. Feeling okay, nice and relaxed, full of energy. Cheers, buddy. Darren says we'll make it official on the Zwift calendar. Good idea. As soon as you've sorted it out, Darren, pop in and let us all know. Through the arch we go, speed increase 11.5 kilometers per hour for me here in Group B. I've got Tina and Sebastian running with us tonight on Monday Run Club. They are in Group C tonight. Sebastian's got a heart rate of 146. Nice one, buddy. Heart rate for Tina, 142. Good all round tonight, we're all roughly the same. So at this point we're over halfway through the workout now. Check your form, everyone, stand nice and tall. Drop your shoulders back, hips forwards. Nice steady breaths, get the oxygen in. Waking those legs up after the weekend. Haven't done much today really. Resting most of the day after what I've been up to over the weekend. The weather has been absolutely horrendous outside, so we haven't done much out there. I've let the ducks out, I put them away. That's about it really outside. I emptied the car out yesterday of all my going away gear. Give that a good hoover out. It was horrendously muddy. I'll tell you what, Tina, you like laughing at me when I mention the Land Rover, but due to all this rain and us all having to park in fields on the Arc, having the Land Rover, I just drove out like there wasn't a problem. Nearly every car that drove in that field got stuck. But I put it into four-wheel drive and off we went. Perfect. I bought that car for a reason, and it was for that one day, yesterday, getting out of the field. Paul Hayward says, nice one, Darren, for organising another run that we could all run together with. Darren will let us know when he's done it all. He knows where to find us, doesn't he? He knows where to find us. Here on Virtual FMR around 5 o'clock, Monday to Friday. Sebastian said, I'd like to see a Land Rover room tour. What, you mean on my camera? On our little page. It's an old one. There's nothing special in there, but it's my little Land Rover. I'll do that for you, Sebastian. There was a bit of a tip yesterday full of duvets and running gear and wet coats and empty food packets, but it's all hoovered out and clean again now. Sebastian says, a short video please. None of this 25-minute stuff, just a nice 5-minute short video. I'll tell you what, Tina, you've watched my video on the Cornish Runner channel, haven't you? You know the chicken at the beginning? That was an accident. I put that in there for a laugh, just to see what it was like, and I was supposed to take it back out again, but I accidentally left it in there and uploaded the video. So that chicken sneaked in. It was a little experiment I was trying, and it wasn't meant to be there. Once you upload it, it's too late. The clip was supposed to be a little bit longer. Thank you, Sebastian, for watching my video. Sorry about the chicken at the beginning. So hopefully, if the weather's not too bad, we'll be doing another video this coming weekend of the Nuki 10K race. So I won't be going all out, I won't be running until I can't breathe, because I'll have to try and record it. But at the moment the weather's looking pretty bad. Thank you, Amy. Give us a thumbs up as well, really appreciate it. Amy says she'll watch the video later. It's basically like a mini vlog thing of me over the weekend, my different positions during the arc as a guardian angel. I'd like to have got a lot more footage inside the aid station, but we got so busy, I just didn't have time really. What I could have done, I realised afterwards, my camera has a setting where it records 60 seconds every 10 minutes, and it's got a magnet that pins on your coat. So I could have done that, but it's one of those things I didn't think about till afterwards. And so will Paul. Cheers, buddy. Really appreciate your views if you can come and see it. I did the usual things. I used AI to make a mini short of the video and posted it all over the place like you do. Hopefully bring people coming and see it so they know what it's like from the perspective of an archangel. It's not a running video as such. It does feature a lot of running, and I recorded each start that I was at in full, so if anyone ran it they could see if they could see themselves running out. Maybe screenshot it, use it as a photograph. Sebastian says, do you like to start a race with this puddle like in Clive's video? So if you watch the video, you'll see how muddy the eco park was. The eco park was where all the races finished. It was the Arc of Attrition HQ. It was where Stephen was. Stephen was on the finish line this year. So he was posted at the HQ, which I met him briefly in between his broadcasting moments. Said hello, got a quick picture. He looks alright. He's got a slight injury at the moment from doing hill sessions without warming up with his run club. Naughty Stephen. So he's resting up at the moment. Yeah, but you'll see the video I posted what the roads were like, and that's why everyone was getting stuck. Mud. A quagmire of mud. .400 metres to go to the next arch, and that will be the final increase. 12 kilometres throughout the next arch, and believe it or not, we've been running almost for 40 minutes. And just like that, we're about to go into the last rep. Amy says she hates mud. Amy, it was awful. I had to wear my trail shoes because I forgot my wellies, but it was welly weather, trust me. Anthony says he saw the mud and it reminded him of XC, cross country. So that was my first time at the Arc of Attrition, now that it's under the UTMB banner. And it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. There's 2 or 3 times there's more runners there now. There's a 12-mile event and a 25-mile event, where it used to just be 50 and 100, so double the amount of runners. It takes place over 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, as opposed to just this Friday and Saturday in the past. The UTMB staff that are wandering around is crazy. They're all over the place. There's cameras, camera crews, press. At the eco park, there's a big white tent with lots of Hoka gear in there you can buy. Food outlets. It's definitely a lot different now than it was a couple years ago. There's one thing I did miss though that they didn't have at the aid stations, which they used to have when it was just the Ark of Attrition, as they used to have guardian angels, archangels like us, running the runners in to the aid stations from about 400 or 500 meters out, showing them the direct route to the aid station, especially helpful down in the villages and towns. But I don't think that was there this year. It wasn't at Land's End, because I would have been happy to have done that, but it might have been the weather. Maybe the weather was so bad they decided not to put the archangels out in that weather. Maybe it's just not something UTMB want us to do. But yeah, didn't see that anywhere. Paul Hayward says they do those mud charity runs. Saw one at Cheltenham racecourse in the summer. It was like that. It was bad. Anthony says, will that ruin the run of that it's too commercial? Some people think so, Anthony. Some people think so. It's taking it away from being a smaller local running event to a more commercial running event. However, in some ways it's much better. It feels bigger. The start lines have flags and banners and big arches and stuff. There's bands playing, building the atmosphere. You can really feel the atmosphere now, the way it is now, but it has lost its charm. So it is better in some ways and not in others, but I think it's balanced out. We had an ongoing joke whilst we were there that you weren't allowed to wear any other branded gear except Hoka, because Hoka is obviously one of the official sponsors of UTMB. Somebody told me I wasn't allowed to wear my hat because it had Vaga written on it, and you're only allowed Hoka hats. I believed them for about 5 seconds. 500 meters to go until the penultimate arch, to the end of the last rep until we start cool down. Paul Hayward's asking everyone, I don't know because I'm not watching the live stream, is this my device or is the live stream freezing tonight? Anyone else noticed any freezing, or is it okay? Anthony's probably the best to ask, he's there watching. How's the live stream tonight, Anthony? Sebastian says in-game form check. Cheers, Sebastian, check your form, everyone. Into the final bit now. Stand up tall, drop your shoulders back, hips forward, deep breaths, swing your arms. Heart rate for Tina, 152. Heart rate for me, 152. Nice one. Anthony says all good so far, Clive. Might be Paul then, it might be Paul. Amy says hers seems fine. Might need to shut the app, Paul. Restart it. Sometimes it needs refreshing. Paul says it must be his internet. It's all this bad weather, Paul. Everything's getting wet. 200 meters. I tell you, one of the best things I did to my internet setup into the garage was installing a Wi-Fi wire or an Ethernet cable, is it called? direct from the router in the lounge, through the house about 25 metres and into the garage. That was a game changer. That, and of course, the new computer purchase, which was the icing on the cake. Sebastian says performance is great, Clive. Thank you very much, Sebastian. There's the arch. 20 metres. I would like to say though, before I finish this live stream and move on to the next running challenge, the whole experience of being an Archangel was fantastic. The people that I worked with were amazing. They were great. The runners were so appreciative of our help, which made you feel good and it gave you a great sense of achievement. The way it is now, it felt organised really well by the team leaders at the starts, at the finishes, at the aid stations. So if anyone ever thinking of volunteering, give it a thought. It's really good. I did enjoy doing the start lines because you arrived, the kit was dropped off, you worked together as a team to set up the barriers and the flags. You worked as marshals to make sure the runners were in the right places at the right times. You watched them all start, and then you packed down as quickly as possible, packed it all up into the van, and then moved to the next location. And I loved that. It worked really well. And the aid station was good, seeing every single runner come through that door and helping them out, filling their bottles, refueling them, giving them words of encouragement and support, and sending them out into the rain and wind again. Keep on going. It was really good experience to see it as a marshal, an Archangel, a volunteer. You don't see half of that as a runner. As a runner, you're just fighting your own demons, struggling through it and looking at your feet. But volunteering, you get to see the whole event for what it is. And it was really good. So yeah, really enjoyed that. We'll be going back next year as a volunteer. Probably will be running. I probably will be running next year. Paul says he needs to get a cable. He's using Wi-Fi. Paul, and everyone else on here that's using a cable, I know Sebastian is. If you can, I really do recommend it. You can buy them on eBay, they're not too expensive. Sebastian, what's the best category cable to get? I think I've got category 6 Ethernet, but Sebastian will be able to let you know if category 6 is a good choice or not. Sebastian says category 6 to 8. So if you look it up, Paul, category 6 to 8, Anthony says category 7, Ethernet cable, that will sort you out, buddy. Tina has a booster, she says it's fantastic. I think I bought a 50 metre cable, or it might have been a 30. I think I bought a 30 metre cable and I needed 25, so I've got a bit of spare cable up there, curled up just in case. I think it was about £15, category 6. Thank you, Amy. Amy says, well done to those who run tonight. Amy, of course, will be back with us in the near future after she's recovered from the flu. We wish her all the best. Speedy recovery. Anthony's got a 15 metre cable. And then what I've got in my garage is I've got an old BT hub. It's an old Wi-Fi hub, which I've turned it into a hub So my 25-meter cable, or my 30-meter cable, plugs into the old BT Wi-Fi in here. And then I connect all my devices, my Apple TV, my computer, directly into the hub. So I've got wired Ethernet to the garage, which supplies both the computer and the Apple TV if I need it. You're welcome, Amy. Thank you for popping in and joining us tonight. Tina says, well done, everyone. Sebastian says to Amy, speedy recovery. And there we go. Maximum heart rate for me tonight, 158. That was a nice progressive run, wasn't it, for Monday Run Club Group B? Enjoyed that. Stretched the legs out, shook out the cobwebs. Ready for the rest of the week ahead. Anyway, everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you to the guys on Virtual FMR, Anthony, Sebastian, Amy, Paul, Tina. Really appreciate your company tonight. Well done for Tina and Sebastian for running with me. Speedy recovery to Amy and get well soon. Paul, get yourself an Ethernet cable. Apparently the YouTube police blocked something. Paul says, well done, everyone. Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate it, buddy. Check out the video on the Cornish Runner channel on YouTube. It was basically a quick overview of what I did on the weekend. So much happened on the weekend, and I was unable to film, I'd say 80% of it because it was so busy. But yeah, there's a little snippet of the runners, a couple of little speeches for myself, and a little bit of atmospheric snippets and music and stuff. Hopefully it'll help the runners look back at it and remember it in the future. Let's save this run. Where's my little mouse cursor? There he is. Menu, run, save. Open up the OBS control panel. And there we go. That's it. I think we're all caught up. Cheers, everyone. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be back here for tomorrow for Film My Run 500 at 5 PM UK time. And then again for Tuesday, Tina's Wednesday workout. Tina's Wednesday workout, I like that. On a Wednesday. So check out the link on Zwift Runners. Tina's posted a little link on there. I will post a link on the description of the live stream, which will come either tomorrow or Wednesday. Anthony says see you tomorrow. And yes, on that note, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe and take care. Have a good evening, everyone. See you all next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.